Hi, we're on the Good News Podcast. We're here with Connor Bracken and the Mother Leeds Band. I'm going to start. So, what inspired you to start the band, and can you tell me who the Mother Leeds are?
Uh, so, what inspired me to start the band? Um, just loving music, going to see concerts, and I wanted to do that. And I kind of had a knack for it. That's a lie. I didn't at all, but I had a want for it, and I don't really even know why, but I did, and now I'm here for some reason. And the Mother Leeds Band are three guys that haven't figured out that I'm going nowhere yet. So,
Ouch!
Oh,
But what made you come up with that?
yeah.
Um, I'm from I'm not too sure how familiar you guys are with New Jersey
I'm from here.
folklore, but in the Pine Barrens there's the Jersey Devil,
Mm-hmm.
and the Jersey Devil's mother is Mother Leeds, and that just sounded like a good band name to me, so I went with it and I stuck with it, and no one's told me to stop yet, so.
All right.
So
Solid
does
enough.
sound
I'm
pretty
going
cool.
with this is my story and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
All right, solid, simple. So congrats on your newest releases, Dream of You and Me and Voice on the Radio. How do you feel about the response to those singles so far?
It's been great. Yeah, Dream of You and Me has gotten a lot of radio airplay in
Oh.
the UK, and
Ooh.
we've gotten a lot of love from our local Asbury Park area. 90.5 has been playing it around here, so that's always great. I always wanted to be on that station,
Mhm.
so it's good to be on there.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine what it would be like if we could have concerts. That's usually the good gauge of whether or not a song is shit or not.
Yeah.
You can tell they'll still clap, but it'll be like a golf clap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't go on the record. But we didn't really have that luxury
Yeah.
this time.
I mean, you
so.
can't tell me you're not going anywhere and then tell me you're getting airplay over in the UK.
Exactly.
I know. So
That's huge.
that's what I tell myself before I go to sleep every night.
So, yeah.
Sure,
Got that airplay over there.
Exactly. Congrats. That's crazy. Yeah.
thank you. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah,
You should be.
Congrats. Yeah. So
It's
can you
a
tell me?
supportive podcast, by the way. Most people are like, cool, dude.
We try to be as supportive as possible of the local scenes. So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for those couple of singles?
So for those two singles, so both very different, but for Voice on the Radio, I've actually done a lot of moonlighting at radio stations,
Mhm.
and I used to work a late night conservative talk show, and it was really weird. This was a while ago, and sorry,
It's all good.
I'll let that go by. And it was really weird, and it got a lot of crazy callers. And then I went on the others, and then I did a trucking show, and then I did all these different shows and a late night. Then there was a comedy show, and they all had one thing in common, and it was just the callers are insane. And I kind of was a little obsessed with them about their relationship with the thing in their car that speaks to them all night long. And that's kind of what that's about. If you listen to the lyrics, that's kind of what that's about. But it's also like kind of can be anybody driving late at night, because I've also done that too. I kind of I've being in a band and on the road. Before I did that, I kind of knew what they were going through a little bit, in a sense of kind of being a little lonely. So I kind of understood why they became best friends with the person they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of wrote on that, and I the lyrics usually come with the music at the same time for me. So I was just thinking about that, and creepiness in the music kind of came, and then the lyrics started coming together, and that was a lot of fun, because it was kind of something that had been on my mind a long time. I always wanted to write it as a song, but I never knew how to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of facilitated itself. So I'm kind of I love that one for that. And Dream of You and Me kind of viewed this whole album as like a movie, and you have your beginning, middle, and end. And I wrote a ton of songs for this one, and we kind of had most of it, and we did like half of them, and I really had an idea of what the story was, even though it's not like a concept album or anything like that, but really there's a kind of the emotional triggers that go from those. And I kind of knew from our first session that I wasn't gonna write the last song on the album until the rest of it was done.
Mm-hmm.
And because I kind of wanted to know what that story was, and then kind of encapsulate that in one whole song, what the overall feeling of the album is, and also able to give it an ending, because I'm very much in, a dated mindset of that. I love an album as an album. So beginning, middle, and end kind of thing. So I do like listening to them in full, but I also like the songs to stand on their own, because I'd like to have some semblance of a career in music.
Valid.
Yeah, that's valid. Wait, so you wrote the closer like on purpose?
Yes.
Wow.
So
that is
yeah,
so cool.
that's kind of I've kind of always wanted to do that since our first record, because I felt like there's this great intro, and then there's songs in the middle, because I don't like filler songs, but there were songs in the middle that carried it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got to the end, I didn't think it ended.
Okay.
A little bit. It's Zootite. And yeah, like the first record, we also recorded all in one day.
Oh shit!
We record everything live.
Okay.
And,
Wow.
yeah. So yeah, we just get in the studio, and what you hear is me singing with the band, and there's for those first two records, we're gonna change it up on the third record, I think, a little bit, but there's no click, no nothing, and really on the first record it is a live set just captured, because at that point we had been just a live band, and we were able to kind of craft them all in front of an audience.
Mm-hmm.
And then this time I really didn't want to, I only wanted to play some songs like at kind of maybe not big shows, or maybe, not that we'd ever treat a show not big, but in the sense of like a show where like maybe people that are like more close to the band are there. And we did the first 5 songs kind of together, and then I kind of knew where we were going from there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a weird journey.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So
And
I want you. I want you to imagine that there's a listener listening to this podcast, and they're like, "Okay, I want to check out this person's music. I don't know what to expect though." I want you to describe your music in a nutshell with 3 words.
Oh, it's hard. Oh no.
They don't have to work together. It doesn't have to form like a sentence. It could just be like 3 random words that fit your music.
Alive.
Mm-hmm.
Tight.
Mm-hmm.
Of the band, and cinematic.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a great combo.
I had to look at a dictionary real quick off camera, but
Nice.
I got it out.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Nice one.
Those
Wonderful.
were 3 solid words there.
Yeah, those were pretty solid words. I feel pretty accomplished about them.
You should.
What do you guys normally get?
Oh, we've only asked this question a couple times, actually.
Yeah. The one that stood out the most was like, what was it like?
It's pretty good.
No, my favorite was Join Our Cult.
Yes.
That
Oh.
one was my favorite. Yeah. That
Where
was
are they from?
Pink
Where are
Shift gave us the It's Pretty
It's
Good.
pretty good.
They're from
And
Maryland.
And then My Kid Brother is from, are they from New Jersey? Every band is from New Jersey for
I have
me.
no idea where they're from, but they're signed to Fearless Records, so
Yeah. So
that's where
I
they're
can't.
from. Fearless Records.
Where's everyone's exact GPS location? So
Oh, here, let me get on my phone.
Yeah, let me do that really quick.
But yeah, no, I'm right here. I'm in right above Asbury Park. I'm in Long Branch, New Jersey right now.
Mhm.
You could probably find my exact location from the sound of the train.
All right, well, I'm on my way because I'm probably like 20 minutes from you then.
Come on by.
Bro.
Come on by.
Um, so you've been kind of hinting at this album. What can you tell us about it?
Nightbird Motel is it's really it's a really weird record because it has like, I think our biggest thing we tried to do with this was to be as weird and as strange as we are as possible, but also make what you would maybe call a pop song, in the sense of that there's no song on the album that doesn't have like a hook or a chorus on it. Um, and It really is kind of intended to be a journey. So if you like that, and if you have plenty of time because you're not breaking social distancing as you should, uh, you might be inclined to late at night. I suggest listen to the album in full, because we really kind of strategically
Mhm.
placed each song to kind of I guess fuck you up, and and yeah, and it definitely, we had the semblance of a lot of things on our first record, and every little thing that was special, I think we've exaggerated that to the degree that it should be at this present time. I guess it definitely, each song is 100% different,
Yeah.
and it was I think when we went into for the first recording session, I had 50 songs, and we whittled those down to 5. And then
50?
yeah, I had a lot of songs because it was 2 years since our first record,
Yeah.
and I was just writing and writing and writing away, because now after I made this record, I could listen to the first record, but I was actually really unhappy with myself on the first record, so I really wanted to make something that was what that could have been. Even though now I listen to it, I'm like, oh, we made a really good record. But yeah, I wanted it to kind of do that thing. So every song, we kind of did like a basketball bracket, and I figured out, well, this song does this, and this song also does that same thing. Which one's better?
Mhm.
And they kind of, each one, and there's a lot of ones on the way that I loved that kind of didn't make it, and they might rear their ugly heads some other time. But I think the 9 on this record really, really kick what that needs to be in the ass.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very happy with it.
All right. Exciting.
Okay. Yeah, it's very exciting. All right. So where do you see the project in the next 5 years?
Definitely, hopefully, touring.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
And playing with kind of bands that are a little bit higher than us. I mean, the next step was to start touring on a bigger circuit outside of the Northeast area, but also really focusing on the Northeast area. So we've kind of done a lot in our own neck of the woods, and our kind of goal is to kind of maybe cut down on shows here, but make them a lot more special, make them super special every single show that we play around here, and then also kind of getting to that level in New York and Philadelphia and Boston and DC, and then and yeah, being on bigger shows, and then another album, and then bigger shows, and then another album, and
In the UK.
and then at some point I have a big character arc thing that happens,
Mhm.
and then another album, and bigger.
Just round
So
and
we
round
just
and
got
round.
another
Like-
album and we're getting bigger. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Play in the UK at some point since you're getting that airtime.
Myself along the way, it's a big story.
All right. So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift away from music and go straight to death row. So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
I would a cheeseburger
Mm-hmm.
with everything on it from either Five Guys or In-N-Out Burger, depending on where I've done something terrible and ended up at death row.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have either a pint of Guinness or a Mexican Coke, which is the better of the Cokes. I don't know if you guys have had a Mexican Coke.
I've never
I have
had
not.
Mexican Coke.
You got to get a Mexican Coke. You can tell it's a Coke from Mexico because it says Hecho in Mexico.
Mm.
And it's a bigger it's a little bit bigger glass bottle of Coke, which is originally why I liked it, because I was like, oh, that's aesthetically pleasing for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I tasted it and I was like, why is this so much better? It's because they use the pure cane sugar from Mexico.
Oh, makes
And
sense.
it's around where I'm at, so I'm sure you guys could find it. So it's at Wegmans, if you know what that is.
Oh,
All right, solid. So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person we have spoken to have said it's the most important question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Green.
A specific shade.
Specific shade of green. I don't know the names of the shades, but it's a slightly darker kind of emerald forest green,
Okay.
and I love that color. And yeah, I don't know why I love that color. It's probably because I'm Irish in some way, but it's not a neon green. It's not like a puke Shrek green.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a slightly darker Spotify green.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Solid. It's a great green. Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna go through my Crayola later and
That's always the best way.
add the specific.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Send to us on Twitter. So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
I would like to plug the album you guys have been plugging as well. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, comes out September 25th.
Let's go.
Go, yes, let's go. Go stream that fucker. Can I say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you can go listen to Dream of You and Me right now. And follow us on socials at Mother Leeds Band, and listen to this podcast, because I love this podcast, and I got to follow you guys and go back and listen to all the episodes.
We got a shit ton of episodes.
We have
Yeah.
too many.
We got a quarantine project right there for
Oh my
you.
God, dude.
What are you guys on?
I think
How
we have
many
200
episodes?
I think we have like almost 200 up right now.
No, we just hit our 200th interview.
Well, if you count the other ones we do weekly.
So we're probably at like maybe 220, 250,
That's prolific.
maybe, I think.
Yeah, we don't
You guys
stop.
are good at it today.
No, we don't sleep.
You don't sleep. I approve. of it. How many more interviews do you guys have tonight?
3.
3.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna do the death row and the color question.
Wait, pardon?
Are you also going to do the death row and then the color question?
Those are staples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We always keep those.
Okay. Anybody else a dark green in cheeseburger guy?
We've gotten those a lot. We just got a green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green is a staple color.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could use some good new friends in quarantine. Cheeseburger and green color people.
Well,
What?
thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Connor Bracken and the Mother Leeds Band, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.